think we were live.
We're live. Off the Track Monday.
Off Track Monday.
Yes, sir.
Where everything can happen and it's beyond our control. We plead something other than not our fault.
Yep. Anything and everything could happen. That's for sure.
Right. Computers, trains, whatnot, you name it, it can happen.
That's right.
And I see we got Hot Dog Pilot Andy is in the house.
Tuna dog. Let's start off with the Cookie Monster.
Well, that was Brian Ferguson.
Brian Ferguson got the cookie.
Yes, sir. I did see that.
Then you.
Then me, but I don't count.
Then this guy right here.
Well, that guy, that MMA guy. Speaking of that guy there, Chris posted a retro video today, and he looked like 10 years younger.
Okay. So, then we have Wigwag.
Yes, sir.
And Todd Armstrong.
Yeah, we got Todd. Sparky 107 is in the chat.
Sparky, how's it going? And Ray from around the layout.
Dwight Curley is in the chat. PK and W Model Work, Mr. Bob.
Tuna Can Express.
And who else? Mike H.O. Train is in the chat. Welcome, Mike.
Mike, how are you?
Mr. Wigwag, we got him. Wesley from Down Under is here. Mr. Ronald from the province called Quebec. Welcome, Ronald. Rainer is here. Apparently, he had some issue with weather from the Sioux yesterday.
Yeah, and Barry got freezing rain on the weekend. Power outage.
My cousin lost her power. They're north of Kingston for a few hours.
And who else?
I got a bucket hat.
Ray. Ray Burstein, how you doing?
John Train, welcome.
And Sparky, yep, you said hi to Sparky.
Yep.
I'm getting close to the bottom. Wesley, how's it going, Wesley?
Yeah, I think we got everybody.
Yeah, you said hi to Bob, PK and W.
Yeah, I did. And I have to apologize for having to duck in the window.
Anthony Dodge, how's it going, Mr. Dodge?
That's true, Sparky. He was 10 years younger.
I think that's it.
I think so.
Show the bucket hat. We see the shirt, the green shirt.
Yep, that came in the mail from Mr. Ray.
Yeah, but the camera's not on you, so you're already off the track.
Why? There's my phone. There he is.
Sorna Jr. Lewis, how's it going? Sean Pennywise Beisner.
It came in the mail, I think Friday.
Awesome Possum Brad, how's it going? Wait, the bucket hat is the name around the layout bucket hat?
No, this is the Go.
Oh, that's the Go bucket hat. Okay.
The Go bucket hat. See the Go? The Go.
The Go? Wait, is that leather? That hat, is that leather or is it?
No, it's fabric, Mark. Todd got it from the Go app store. They have a store they can sell Hey, there's Mr. Sean Pennywise. Yeah, screw it on, Sparky.
I kept blowing off yesterday.
That one, yeah, I couldn't keep it on my head.
Well, that's probably why it says go.
Yeah, go.
Deep Run Railroad Mike.
That one's upstairs.
That one's upstairs.
I mean, I saw Serena Jr. is in the chat too.
Anyone receive an Atlas GP60 N scale yet? Nope. I have not seen one of those yet.
The only Atlas I got recently is my Dash 8.
Any progress on the Helix?
Black Knight, as we're calling it.
Bob, I'm going to switch the camera to here.
And you're doing a Helix.
That's wrong camera. That's
the camera. Now he's gone. We lost Mike. Started off the tracks already. Well, while Mikey's trying to get reconnected, I was working on a kit for our good friend Sparky.
oh, brother.
There he is. He's something is there. Did
Yeah.
you get your Helix pieces made yet?
No, I got to finish the measurements, get them off to my buddy.
Okay. Too bad I didn't have my drawing, because I have a CNC drawing for the Helix.
This is the important part right here.
Years ago.
I got all this cork laid down, the bridge installed, backdrop. That is priority first. Get that going.
Yeah.
And then I could do into the Helix. But yeah,
Right.
this is the track going into the Helix. This will be the
Right.
track. So the cork's laid. I use I don't know where it is. I use a block anyway, so I sand the cork and the edges off it. And then
John, we were in Toronto yesterday, downtown Toronto, so we didn't go to the train show. We were trying to chase trains.
Some that are green. But yeah, I was just reading comments. Hey, Thomas Grassi, how's it going? So yeah,
awesome. Brad's in the chat, and there's the Ray guy.
James just woke up. That's okay.
It's okay. I'm reading the other chat. Yeah, it's some kind of green, Ray.
So I laid the cork all down, sanded it, did the bridge. This little well, you can't really see it. Let me if I can move my camera up higher.
Okay, you move the camera. Hello, Mr. Thomas Grassi. Welcome.
And it's not really good camera angle, but I got all these cameras stuck. But
yeah.
So this here's a inch styrofoam, and then I made cement bridge abutments for this exact rail Canada National Railroad Bridge to go across. So that's kind of like my scene going in. Put a bridge in there.
Welcome, Deep Run Railroad Mike.
And then tonight I'm going to show you how to do super curve elevated curves.
Okay, I want to see your method doing it, because I've seen other methods.
Yeah. So this is how I do it. I'm sure other guys have done the same way, but yeah, just nice little method to give it that effect coming in and out of the corner.
And I have some purchases to show. Let me see what we're doing there. I'm going to the Ancaster show, John, so maybe I'll see you there.
And that's Sunday, this Sunday?
April the 6th, yes.
Time flies. Oh, speaking of shows.
Yes.
I do have an opening too, unboxing or whatever, mail call.
Okay.
I went to the double header on Saturday.
Saturday.
In Kitchener. And I knew how to get Sparkies, but I checked out as many layouts as I could. I'm not sure if a day is enough time to see all the layouts, but I seen what I could anyways, and I stopped at Sparkies and I got Nathan Delay sticker.
Yes, it is, Mark. It's 10 minutes from my house. 15-minute drive.
And then on the map here. So next year I'll kind of know. So all the yellow dots, I don't know if you can see them that good on the map. Maybe if I hold it. Those are the layouts I hit. They're kind of spread out. So I went and hit this one. That's the Kwanzaa hut up in Kitchener while it's in Mary Hill.
Yeah. You got to hit the other layout tour next year.
Yeah. Hopefully I don't have to work that time, eh? But that one's probably like 6 levels. Maybe, I don't know. It's the whole size of the Kwanzaa hut.
Where's that one located?
That's in Mary Hill.
Berry Hill. Okay.
Yeah, 20 club members, and it's 1970 year, I think. Sault Ste. Marie, Sudbury,
Okay.
Northland. Pretty awesome layout. And then I went all the way back to Cambridge.
Yeah.
And then I just started hitting them all the way down until we got to Sparky. And then last one I hit was in there. And then I went home. But that was pretty neat.
Ray's working on his layout. Let's see, our layout too stretched all the way from Port Dover to Dundas. So the distance is a factor, but they added a layout up in the mountain, Upper James area, so it put one in the middle.
Nice. Then I got an unboxing. Mail call.
Mail call.
Go over here. Oh, Chris. How you doing?
Hey, there's Chrissy. I thought of going to layout too, but I figured I was gone out of the house Friday and gone out of the house on Sunday. I figured I better stay home with the boss.
Yeah. Well, I was going to go to Club Sunday, but nobody was going, so I didn't go.
Oh, okay. There's Mr. Bub. I have something for Bub to show him too when I get rolling on it.
Bub's, how you doing?
This is for Bubs. When we're ready. But you're gonna.
All right.
But
Maybe I got to cut more off.
yeah, Bub's tired, but I won't keep this long for Bubs, but I got a thing to show Bubs.
Okay.
So let me switch cameras, and I'll crank it on for this. There's a story behind this.
Holy mackerel, Sadie. Too many pretzels tonight. Oh, you got your Canadian National train running.
Yes, sir. This is the ones that most of these cars Bubs got for me at a Larkspur Christmas show 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Some I've got locally, but the Lame the Dog. And there's the Park Manor car in the tail end now. So I'm calling this train the CN transitional train. So this is what started the process to become Via in time.
Right.
So I get the mix and match. Hey Tim, welcome. I know I've been watching some of your posts. Tim's been working on his barn repair.
Yeah, that's quite the ordeal there.
Yeah.
Barn collapsed, eh?
Yes, it did. So I'm kind of pleased with how the train's running. I've still got to tweak couplers on them.
Right.
But I'm going to set up an elevated track section so I can put them on and with the coupling gauge. The ones that are everything is way I got them, Mike. I did not do any changes to them. Some of the cars need batteries, and I haven't got involved in that yet.
Ooh.
But the Park Manor and the American Spirit are lighted as Rapido does in our current rolling stock. Turn them off with a magnetic wand.
Where'd you get the park card?
That park card came from a guy named Trackside Mike.
Oh, I've heard of that guy.
Yeah. It was involved with a long lost freight train.
Right.
It took a few years to straighten it out, but we did resolve it. So I'm happy with it anyhow.
Nice.
And the the main local, I got them special order from OBR Trains. Lauren got it for me. I think one car I had on the train I actually got from the Laura Sarah's discount shelf. I saw there a year or so ago. Andy, no, it's not a Canadian screwdriver.
Don't mind me. I'm just laying track.
It's a Canadian train, though. And we actually went and saw the Canadian on the tracks Sunday after. This was Sunday morning, around 10 o'clock.
Yeah, you and Sparky and Steve 87.
And Bernard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, there's Ray Bernelson in the chat. Welcome, Ray.
Ray, how are you?
But yeah, so
that looks great.
Believe it or not, these cars, when Bob got them, he delivered to Chris's house. Chris took them to Springfield.
Oh, and then I brought them back.
No, actually, you gave them to Whiskey Creek, and he brought them. Remember that?
Yeah, I gave them to Chris.
That's right. So they've been traveling a while for a few days getting here, but we did make it here in time. But these were at they call it the brown bag sale at Larkspur in Merrickville, Ontario. There's Thursday Gordon, welcome, and Rail Artist, welcome.
Rail Artist, Mike.
That's right, John. I've ridden Rocky Mountain here, though. And
Mini Prince is live Wednesday, yes.
Yes, he is.
I think he's celebrating a 5-year.
I think so, yeah. We went to Mini Printland on Sunday too.
Nice. That looks pretty good.
And we went to the train museum at the downtown Toronto.
Oh yeah, you're at Steam Whistle.
And we're talking about way traffic goes. Somebody today parked their car on the corner in downtown Toronto, and they parked in such a good spot that the trolleys could not get through at all.
They didn't ram it?
They didn't show that part, but the Toronto police were trying to take care of the situation. That I know.
That's something,
eh? Right now, only 2 light up, Anthony Borden. The American Spirit car and the park car, which I lost the some of these couplers I don't like them. So
I don't want to hit her too hard and break ties, but
yeah.
Then I'll grab my ribbons, make sure she's straight. I might have a king. That doesn't look too bad. Maybe right there. I'm just eyeballing it, freewheeling it. Those Walther's cars, no. Yeah, so that, and I see the dartboard's gone, and I gotta move that stuff over there and raise the shelf, raise the pictures. Lots to do down here.
Yeah.
Stormy Sky, how's it going?
But I haven't found the right combination on the couplers on these passenger cars because Sometimes they hit a snag and they pop off so easily.
Hmm.
I'm going to change them out to the standard knuckle couplers. To the 158s and the 156s.
Yeah, they probably got my other one out here somewhere.
Yeah, I fell into my hat.
You fell where?
Well, I was fixing the train.
Next to the train.
Well, the car came decoupled because some of the couplers I do not like.
Ah.
I don't like them. They don't. They like to pop off, and I can't. The angle of viewing them all the time is too low for me to see it. So I need to set up sort of an elevated platform so I can look at it better.
Yeah.
Hey, Robin Gagnon, welcome.
Robin, how you doing, Robin?
So I can look at the two cars better sight line and see if I need to shim some and try and get those couplers better particulated connecting to the car. Because sometimes they hit a bounce and they pop out.
Right.
And I don't like them.
Think I got enough ribbon sticks?
I don't know.
Ouch, got a shot.
Is that the metal ones or the wooden ones?
Metal.
Oh, I have the wooden ones.
So don't use the wooden ones.
Why not?
I don't know. This is what I bought.
Oh, I got enough to last. I do your whole layout.
Yeah, I got a few. We got
Yeah, I had a few
25.
I had to replace some of the coupler boxes because they were cracked, and I had to trim the plastic so the new coupler box would fit.
38. 30.
And I have a medium and a long on it right now, Bubs. But I put the scale heads on, and they're a little thinner than regular head, and I gotta switch them over to regular size.
That was almost 42.
But it needs tweaking, that's for sure.
Almost 42 there coming off.
Yeah.
Roger Coleman, how's it going?
And the Park Manor car, I'm gonna change that coupler because that one popped off pretty quickly.
It's got KD.
I'll put a long. It's a 146 coupler on it. But again, there's no stock of those couplers either. And everybody around town were sold out. And all three hobby stores that I normally should go to.
Yeah.
And
so yeah, just working on this point here.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to put the track over the bridge yet.
Yeah.
Right? Until, well, I'm pretty close to the set. And then I could do the elevated curve.
Yeah.
Lay the track in. And then, yeah, hopefully within the next week or so, I get the Helix parts coming.
Yeah.
So nice, slow transition.
So you're only making two levels, right?
No, I'm gonna make it so eventually, maybe when I retire, I got 3.
Oh, okay, but you're only doing 2 right now, though.
2 right now. For this year, we'll go to 2. Because
You need
James
a bigger hammer there, buddy?
huh? Yeah, I got a bigger hammer. You want a bigger hammer?
Well, that's pretty big now.
Yeah. My other hammer, my little track nail hammer is probably somewhere.
Oh.
You know, you work on the layout, you make a mess.
Yeah.
Then you clean up.
Hey, Tammy, you're very welcome. You need my winding hammer.
Then you clean up, and you're like, "What did I do with that?"
Yeah, I have a spot for my winding hammer. I've had for 50 years.
Well, it's around here somewhere.
I used to wind armatures with that sucker. Still got it.
Like I say, I clean up, I make a mess, and then I try and keep on top of the mess, cleaning up, and well.
Yeah, but Mark, that hammer he's got it'll crush the tacks.
Yeah, I'm just lightly tapping it. Just a nice fit. Right, so.
I have another tool that I have. You should. It's a finish nail setting punch.
Yeah.
No, you haven't got this one.
Hey, Willow Creek, how's it going?
It's in the drawer. I haven't used it in a few years. It was designed for setting finishing nails.
Anthony's yelling.
Hey, Chris, why is he gotta yell for? We turn our ears down.
Hey, Ronald.
Mr. Ronald.
Needs a 16-pound sledge. Yeah, 100% with B&O.
Well, I had one of those because I used to call it George.
The B&O or the 16-pound sledgehammer?
15-pound slam. I used to wind motors with it.
Oh, nice. Hey, Newland Railway, how's it going?
Everybody said, "How do you wind copper windings with a steel hammer?" I did. Okay, Bob, we won't ask you any questions then.
I'm not yelling. The keys are stuck.
Oh, okay.
That's hilarious. Oh, we get a kick out of it. Chris and I, we get a kick out of it. We definitely, when you capitalize your words, you definitely notice it. Like when you look back at the chat and I went, "Oh, missed something." Hope James took it down on me. I used a 16-pound sledgehammer knocking on the rail anchors. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had it may not have been a 16-pounder. It was probably about a 10-pounder club hammer. It was pretty big, and we named it George. And I used to wind motors with it.
So I'm gonna. Hey, Clive, how's it going? It's okay. Now you got Robin doing it.
It's okay, Anthony.
So I'll raise this camera up.
Yeah, raise this camera up.
It's delayed on YouTube a bit, right? Okay, there we go. I got my phone over here so I can see the chat. Hey, give me some cord.
Anthony Bourne, I have KD couplers, but I want the 146s, and they're out of stock.
Camera right there.
So I can't get any right now, and I want to buy it in bulk pricing because right now you buy them, you're buying them in a package with other stuff, so you're spending more. It's almost $9 for a 2-pack of the 146s.
Let's do an unboxing.
And I would rather buy a box, a 25-pack of it. So I'm going to see if I buy and ordering a set.
There we go.
I still think I need a. tweak the boxes more because they're bouncing out sometimes. They go around a curve and they
twins.
get a rattle and they pop out. So it's not a consistent coupling right now.
There you go.
Well, look at that. Green shirt.
Green shirt.
Green shirt.
St. Patty's Day shirt.
Oh, wear it now.
Thanks, Ray.
Yeah, thanks, Ray. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I just got mine today.
I came in Friday's mail.
Cool.
I opened it today so I can put it on.
Thank you, sir. So yeah, doing elevated curves. I'll use this tape. Yeah, don't cut yourself. Yeah, safety first.
What place is that? Another place that we lost. What is that?
Now I'll get the scissors.
Gotta wear the green. I got the green bucket hat though too.
So I use I can't remember the size of this tape. But I'll start it at the straight.
Oh, you mean your super elevation?
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Bernard, welcome.
Bernard, Mini Prince.
And Mr. Bernard is live on Wednesday, 7 p.m.
So then I start there and I just keep going.
Now, is that masking tape?
No.
Or is filament tape?
It is
Does it have lines in it?
Yeah.
Then it's filament tape.
Yeah.
Talk to a winder who uses that stuff for winding motors.
So I just keep going.
Doesn't bend as good as, is that what the club uses?
This is what Trackside Mike uses.
Oh. What's wrong with masking tape?
Well, you could probably use it if you want. I just find this.
I didn't super elevate my lane. I didn't think it was necessary.
Well, if you come over, and I know how you run trains, so I better have elevated curves or the train's flying off the track. So I just go over that.
Oh.
And then I'll go over it again.
That happens. We used to have a place in Canada. It was called Eric's Miniatures. He sold a lot of retail parts. He passed away last year too.
And
My house, my rules. Okay, he's got rules.
then I stagger it again.
I've seen people use masking tape, and I've seen people glue styrene to the track, which is a lot of extra work.
Yeah, I've seen styrene strips. That's too much work.
That is a lot of work, especially on a helix.
And then you just go over top of it again. And then you'll get to a point you can feel it. Right?
Now, how do you super elevate your track in the helix, because you're not going to have any cork?
Well, the helix won't have super elevated curves.
So you're going to adjust the turn to suit the elevation?
Yeah, I'm just doing I do elevated curves on the layout, but not in the helix.
I don't know if we can get McHenry couplings up here. I have not seen them.
McHenry couplings? Grandpa Rails, you get them. Get them, JD. How you doing?
Hey, Grandpa Rails, welcome. I've seen people use masking tape on it. I just think that the tape is not flexing around your curve. That's all. It's more work what you're doing. How
Well,
many layers you got to put on?
this tape sticks a lot better.
Yeah.
I've tried masking tape. It don't work.
Mm-hmm.
And not the cheap stuff, the frog tape or
What's your club used for super elevation?
we don't have super elevated curves.
Oh, we don't. Oh, okay. Why not?
We shim them. We use shims.
Big anniversary, 5 years
5 years.
for Bernard.
5 years young.
Yeah.
But don't worry about your ballast. Your ballast still works. So that's the other thing with using this tape.
Yeah.
No problem. You still do your balancing, and
Okay.
because it will form on the curves, right?
Yeah. We use that tape. We used to get it. Well, we have a device that they used to slit it for us, but you can buy it will slit a bit, but we had a tool to slit it for us automatically.
Yeah.
And it was slid down to 1/4 inch. We used to use that in the slots of the motor to hold the insulation down from moving on us while we wound the motor.
Okay.
Because we had to be in 600 volt, 100 horsepower motor. You had to make sure the insulation stayed in place. Because we tested the winding between phases, and if it out the insulation there, we could have a short. Very easy.
George Anthony Sunbelt, how you doing?
And but we called it filament tape.
Yeah, I've heard it called that before. But like I said, this stuff sticks to the cord, and it works well for me.
How many layers you got put on?
Well, this will probably be it. I can feel it raised.
Okay, so like one layer?
I got 3. So what I do is, hang on. Yeah. Showing the camera over there. Hopefully you can see that. What I do is I start back here.
Yep.
That's one. Then just keep going. Then I come back. I move it up a bit. Keep going. Yep. Next one. Move it up a bit. Keep going. Next one. Move it up. And just keep going.
Yeah.
Like you'll see it when you lay the track on it and stuff. Hang on.
Yeah. I just decided I didn't need to super elevate, but I only got one level, and I didn't see necessary for what I do. But I don't crank it notch 90 here anyhow.
No, but
maybe
I mean it's nice when you got your rolling stock and your locomotives running through there. It's got a nice little lean to it.
Yeah.
Looks realistic.
Yeah. Well, do they elevate the tracks in the real world all the time?
Yeah. They're not flat. If you look at some of the bends,
I think he's using 3 layers at the end there, Grandpa.
And turns, you'll see it leaning, right? The tracks aren't flat.
He's doing 3 layers of tape.
Yeah. But you'll see, and then you can feel it, and then you can put a car on it, and then if you need to add more, well, you can always add more.
I don't know. I have to figure it out, Anthony. How many cars? I got more cars. They're not all out here yet. Let me check, because I'd rather get them from across the street, close to home.
Yeah, I can see it. It's got a lean to it. Not a whole lot, but I mean, you don't want tons, but you just want enough so it's got that realistic look. So, nice little easy method to show you. I figured I'd show you that.
Henry 53s. I don't know what that. I'll have to look into that, Anthony. I want to compare the 53 with the 146s, because that's what I got. If they're the same coupler, I rather use them. They just need to be. I need to tweak them a bit, adjust so they're perfectly set in each other.
Yeah, that's 100% there, Anthony.
What's that?
The super elevated curse.
Yes.
It really pops out. It's like it's more realistic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, agreed.
But yeah, you just kind of, well, you can put a gauge on it if you want, or what I usually do is I grab a piece of track and roll the car over it. You'll see it leaning a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, 100% there, Stormy Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always cool seeing the train coming out of the forest or whatever, and it's got
Yeah.
a curve. You'll see it leaning.
Now I also got to. So I was at Sparky's house last weekend when Nathan was here,
Yeah,
and I saw a kit on his shelf, and I
right.
asked him if he was going to build it. He wasn't. She said no. So I'm building a kit for Sparky. So I'm going to show you what I did. Then I can show Sparky. I move my little mini camera around here. So this is a Walters Union crane and shovel.
Nice.
Sparky's going to put it on his layout. I'm going to
So,
show the
Anthony,
camera
you
around.
did the styrene strips. How many styrene strips did you take for your super elevated curve?
Who's that?
Georgia Sunbelt.
I've seen guys do that. That's a lot of extra work.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
and that's why I did the tape,
Yes.
because it's a little bit quicker, a little bit easier. Like I said, I tried the masking tape. It doesn't stick to cork like that tape there. That sticks.
Could you imagine if you did the styrene on a helix? That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So that's for Sparky. I
Nice.
built that part today.
So you're getting things done. See, that's what happens when you got time at home during the day. You get things done.
Yeah, but don't forget, when you want to buy trains, you're a little short on the pesos, though.
Well, that's the other side of it. But
Yeah, so
you got train time all day long.
true. But I don't do train all day long. But I did do this today, though. So that's the other side. The only thing I found, and if anybody's done this kit before, the Union crane and shovel.
Yeah.
These 6 little pieces, I think they're extra parts because I read the instructions over 3 times today and I can't find where they go. But on the base of the build, there's 6 holes. But
That's where all the spare parts, as long as it all stays together.
well, I know not wrong with spare parts, but they don't go anywhere as far as I can tell. So
yeah, there's one piece there.
That's the extra parts I got. There's 6 of them.
Yeah, they always give you extra.
So that's where I did. For Sparkies.
You did styrene strips as well, okay. But it does make a difference, eh? Having the elevated curves.
I knew a guy who did the styrene strips, but it was a lot of extra work.
Started the curve with
10 thou.
10,000 steady, increased. Yeah, and I think my first one I did with the strips, and I started with 10 and went on right, but I was like, wow.
Yeah, I find that out, Grandpa Rails.
Excuse me. So yeah, so on here, all the bench work's done. Cut out this piece, shaped it. Now I guess while we're live, we could ask you.
What's that?
Well, you can see my 1, 2, 3 blocks. I'll move them.
Yeah.
Move my torpedo level.
Yeah.
Move the tape. So you see my exact rail bridge. Do you see that?
I see something.
Yeah, it's exact rail bridge.
Right.
If I can move the camera, maybe. Hang on.
Well, I saw that's where your bridge scene is, right?
Yeah. Without, here, I'm gonna switch it to the other camera so you
Okay.
don't get dizzy. See, that's the problem without using the Mevos, but we can't use the Mevos to have two people on. So let me do that. I'll move this camera so you don't get all dizzy and all that good stuff.
I can do it for you.
And then,
Yeah, I just didn't think I didn't feel I needed to do it, Anthony, for my layout.
okay, now I can switch the camera back. And hopefully it doesn't kick us out again.
Hope not.
Okay, there we are. There we are. Okay. So there's my exact rail bridge. Made my bridge abutments out of styrofoam.
Right.
And I painted them like cement. Took my rasp. What do you call that?
It's a rasp.
Yeah, rasp. It kind of made scenery out of the foam, right?
Yeah.
I'll work on it later. But what I thought was from here, like cutting this straight, should I put a vehicle overpass in and then have it go back? Because I want to have like maintenance away around the corner at the switch house. So when I come out of that curve down there,
right
over there where the glue is, there's a switch which is going to go to 2 tracks into the helix.
You're doing 2-track helix, right?
Yeah, 2-track helix. One up, one down.
Walk on GRE 2057.
GRE, how's it going? And anyways, I got a switch over there. I'm going to put in one of these signal lights.
But you're going to have 2 main lines on your main line going into the helix, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But over there by the glue, the switch stand will go there.
Right.
Right, and then that's going to let the engineer or the conductor know that's okay to enter into the helix.
Right.
Traffic's clear. Right, and then whatever it is, whether it's red over green or red over yellow.
Yeah.
I'll have that there. So I thought, well, maybe I'd do a scene right here by the exact rail bridge, but put in, the pipes and stuff.
Right.
Put in an overpass and have it join back up into there. And beside the tracks, I put like a single lane road.
Are you going to do block detection on the helix too then?
I'll talk to the geniuses up at the club on that stuff because I don't know anything about like the BB-20s and stuff, the block detection.
Well, if you're just gonna run trains in your layout,
I'm just gonna run trains with it.
And that's why it said to me, I kept it simplified. The more if I put lights in, I'm gonna put lights in so I'll have a switch on the fascia to turn it on to simulate a light. It's not going to be a true dedicated light that's prototypical. It's going to come on as a light switch.
Thanks, Anthony.
I would do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into the complication of wiring. That's why I eliminated the staging track on the other side of the layout.
Right.
Because the access to control that bit of track, I need to have a crossover, and because that track is outside the center of the layout, it's a lot more mechanically electrical issues that I need to have to control the track.
Right.
So I decided I didn't need that extra hassle for what I do in the helix, but my layout. I use the KISS method for me.
Keep it simple.
I just want to run trains. I'll leave the fancy stuff to the club layouts.
Yeah, I like running trains too, but I like I'm freelance railroader. This is a
Right.
South End Railroad. That's the name of my railroad, South End.
Right.
And I like to keep it simple too and run trains, but in the same aspect, make it realistic too, right?
Well, yeah.
Give you that
I
feel.
like be able to set up complete trains in the yard,
Right.
so I can park a complete train, pull out a big train, and maybe change change locomotives and have pull a locomotive out of the yard and park it somewhere, bring another one, couple of dollars.
In a
That
couple of
I want to do.
Yeah, see, I'll be able to come up and down,
Yeah.
go into my other room, go through another wall.
Another
Hope,
wall, another
another wall.
hole.
I'm hoping by October because, yeah, hey, Halloween, I like to blow stuff up.
Can you repeat the name of your layout?
I'm calling it the South End Railroad.
Okay. See, I call mine the Dundas Junction.
And I'm only saying South End because I live in southwestern Ontario.
Right.
And if I go any further, I'm in the river
Yeah.
and I'm in Port Huron, Michigan.
Yeah.
So I don't get
True
any
stuff.
further, I guess, west than
No,
in the States.
you're in the south end of town.
Yeah. Grew up in the South End, live in the North End.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the reason, like, when I call if you don't know Dundas Junction, the reason I call my Dundas Junction, I live on Dundas Street.
Thanks,
I
Anthony.
live in the town of Dundas, and the CN main line going through Dundas is the Dundas sub.
That's correct.
That's why I call it Dundas Junction, for
Yep.
that reason.
And that's what the CN calls it too.
Right.
Dundas Sub.
And my bridge scene that I created, it sure is 3 bridges, but the idea of the bridge scene came from the bridge that crosses what we call Olympic Drive by the hydro station where Sparky has worked sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah, Dundas Square, yeah. And that is where my van was stolen about
It was
40
borrowed.
years ago. Yeah,
Huh.
ended up on the right of way of the track.
Nice. Sidetrack 77. How's it going?
Bear the back and the rear end railroad. Yeah, you get rear-ended.
So the pop up, or not, I guess that was a meet and greet. When was that? When DJ's Trains was out?
That was 2 years. That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago now? Time flies.
No, 2 years, I think.
Yeah, two. 1, 2. So I got to move that picture up closer to the ceiling. I got to move my clock. And
Mine's
then
in the drawer still.
I'm going to move the shelves up as high as I can for the TV because the TV's going to stay.
Right.
I'm going to have TV for, watching lives, watching YouTube, watching.
Yeah, I have one here too. Do the same purpose.
And then, and then that other shelf with the hockey stuff on it,
Yeah.
the bobbleheads or whatever. That's going to come out. The wires, now that I got the bar used to sit there. If you're a first time viewer, the bar used to sit there. The bar's gone into the other room. I've redone the countertop on that. So now that I got that done, behind that wall is my painting area and my other workbench. All those paints and stuff got to come out of there because I got to take the drywall down.
Well, that's a good question, Anthony Board. I like seeing when the trains are running all the time. I want to see the trains, so that's why if you want to see a really fancy helix and seeing the trains, go to Jason Wood's channel in Australia and see a helix way he's done it. He put windows in the side of his helix. It's nice to
Yeah.
see the trains running.
I'm not going to, I might cover up this portion here, maybe.
Yeah.
But the middle will be open. I'll do a tunnel along that back wall, like where the track splits and goes into 2 tracks.
Yeah.
There'll be a tunnel there. But as far as scenery work, I want to make sure I got no issues whatsoever, which is another reason why I'm going track just right to the wood in the helix, not the cork, not the felt. Same as we do at the club. It's all the helix track is right to the wood. It doesn't move. It's solid.
But I think the reason you do helix is because we can't get 100 feet of track. So the helix gives that 100 feet in a small space.
Well, the helix gets me up to the next level.
Yeah, I know, but if you did not have, if you had a big space and you could have 100 feet of one level, you wouldn't have a helix.
Yeah, well,
helix is because you want track length.
Truth be known, if I started over here when I originally started this layout 2 years ago,
right,
I wouldn't need a helix.
Okay.
Because this room here alone would get me up that 2%.
True, but you're not. Just the point though is, in the real world, I don't have enough room to run 100-foot length of track in one level, so I would have to do a helix to get the track length. In the real world, you don't.
I see what you're saying there.
You don't have a helix in the real world.
Yeah. No, the reason for the helix is so I go to like 1 or 2, or to 2 to 3 levels.
Yeah, right? I don't have the room in my basement to put it here. I looked at the idea. I just did not have the space.
This room here alone is, what is it, 20?
Well, mine's 22.
Yeah, 20, 25, 20, somewhere in there. Yeah. By 15. And then the next room, the same thing. Right, but because this is my little test shelf I did out here while I was doing the layout in there, which once I get up to that wall and everything moved. Wig Workshop, what's going on, buddy? Once I get everything moved and I'm at to the point, well, now I got to wait for the helix to be done by the laser cutting and all that.
Now, what's a switchback? I never heard of that terminology before.
A switchback?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a switchback, 100%.
What is a switchback?
Switchback, have you ever seen Snake Canyon?
No.
Well, it's like going in circles, but like long loops and then back, right? And then you eventually get your elevation down.
You see, here's a hear about if you want to be prototypical, but I'm not prototypical, so I wouldn't use that. I wouldn't care about the NMRI ways of doing things. Wouldn't bother me a bit. I'm not prototypical.
Okay, Service Guy, thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. We missed a comment from GRE.
Well, I'm trying to backtrack a bit on another comment. And he...
Oh, yeah. Got to hide your helix.
See, I wouldn't bother me a bit. That's the one I'm trying to show here.
Yeah. You can hide it. I probably will hide it eventually, but like I say, I want to make sure I got no issues.
But I don't understand why hide the helix. I want to see the train.
Do you want to look at wood and rods?
Well, no. But if I was building a helix, I guarantee you my helix is going to be a piece of furniture when it's done.
Yeah. Pine Valley, Mike, how's it going?
I guarantee you that my helix would look like a finished piece of furniture. So I'm not worried with that part.
It's like a logging road. Yeah, 100% there, Wig.
I would make sure it's that way so it look good when it's done.
Yeah.
And I don't need a model railroader master certificate. I want to see the trains.
But yeah, like once you got no issues, then I could see, covering up the one side of the helix and
hey, Mr. Randall, welcome.
So actually, while I got the camera pointed there, in this corner, as it's coming out and back across, it's gonna kind of like here and then go back and over there. Does that make sense? Yeah. Like over there. All takes time. And then the price of wood. Phew.
Anthony Borden, his helix is almost 5 feet across.
This helix here is 6 feet.
Bigger.
This one's 6.
That's a lot of room.
Yeah, 6
My
feet by
peninsula behind me, Anthony Borden, is approximately 44 inches across.
6 by 6.
Me to do a helix in here, I need to go out into the middle of the room another 2 feet. So I just can't do it. Don't have the room.
Yeah, if the closet was a big closet, I'd have to go upstairs.
But who has a closet 6 by 6?
Not me. Well, sorry. The wife has a
There's
closet.
Denny. Welcome,
Denny,
Denny.
how's it going? The wife has a closet 6 by 6.
Yeah, you gonna take over that?
No. Still trying to get the office space. One thing.
Hey, Pine Valley, welcome. Just like having a separate room for your helix.
Yeah.
In your house.
Like ideally, if I punched a hole over there
and
went into the furnace room and then did the helix in the furnace room, sure.
Right.
That'd be perfect.
Wrap around the furnace?
Well, I don't know about that because you know what happens with furnaces when they quit on you. Or something happens.
You gotta fix them.
Yeah, well, I don't want to make it where I got to rip everything apart to get at something.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't seen my storehouse yet.
Well, you saw some videos of your store, your hobby store. Is that the same room?
Yeah. So I got a bunch of totes, and I put, instead of in cardboard boxes, I put them in totes.
Right.
Well, yeah, there's a pile of totes back there. Eventually, I was hoping to do the layout update video.
I think so, Anthony. George Sunbelt.
But I got busy.
Yeah, you got busy.
Maybe the next couple days I'll do a layout update video.
So when's your next shutdown?
May.
So you got a month and a bit.
Month and a bit, yeah. And then I got summer. Actually, no, summer. I got to rip a deck apart and replace the deck in the backyard, but with wood, not with wood, cement.
What do you put down for your deck?
Cement.
Cement.
Yeah.
Is it an elevated deck?
It's an elevated deck, yeah.
So you can put cement into the set of boards?
Yeah, rip all the wood out because the wood's all starting to rot.
Right.
And then I'll do cement deck. Last for years. Last my lifetime. How's that go?
Oh, yeah. I never seen a cement deck as a whole. I have seen cement.
Well, a cement pad.
It on top of the deck structure, though.
No, all the structure's coming out.
So you're gonna elevate the cement deck then?
Mm-hmm.
Or you can put it on level ground?
Nope. Put rocks around it, like big rocks, and then you half fill it with gypsum or gravel. Pack it down and then rebar it. Then the next 4 to 6 inches will be all cement.
A lot of extra work on that.
Yeah. It's okay. I need the exercise, I guess.
Yeah.
Randall Elton, how's it going, Randall?
I think I'd be going to the new composite wood.
Well, if you would have got that way back when.
Right.
When it was cheap, before those prices went through the roof.
Oh, I know that. So here's a question for you, because I talked before.
Yeah.
If any of your structure is 2x8s, I might want you to cut me up a few pieces to save.
2x8?
Yeah, 2x8, 2x6s.
See what I did?
Yeah. That'll keep you busy. What's that?
It's called the patio.
Yes, the patio.
And then she wants to put a pergola on it. With kind of like, not glass, but I don't know. Weather, keep you out of the weather. Pergola.
Okay, gazebo.
Yeah, but they call it a pergola in Portuguese.
Oh, okay.
And then we got the hot tub shed. She calls it the she shed.
That's built, isn't it?
The she shed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so it's the shed is, what is that thing? 15 by 10, I think.
Well, you could put trains in that shed.
Trust me.
Hey, Floyd.
I did cross my mind. Why don't I rip the deck down, get a backhoe, and flatten the ground back there and build a shed like Sparky's?
So what's wrong with building another shed?
Well, I've got too far into this basement, so I'll just take over the basement, and she can have her nice little outdoor living, and I'll be downstairs in the basement running trade.
We can't do it in our place. We're controlled by the condo rules.
Yeah. Hey, Floyd Robinson, how's it going?
Good.
So, there's all kinds of, like Doug, Forever DC 302, Doug said it's the end of model season. Well, model season in my eyes never ends. It might slow down in the summer.
Yeah.
Right. Then I'm outside rail fanning or whatever, but I'm still enjoying the hobby, and I still try and get down here.
Yeah. A couple hours I'm going to be working on kits over the summer when I have time. I'm not going to do any track work. I won't do any train perking here. I'm going to leave it till after the fall again before doing more. I do want to look into other coupler options for these things, but I need to elevate it up so I can see it better.
Nice.
And on a wrong angle for me to see it. So I can't see how the couplers look properly.
Yep.
But I know there is an issue with the couplers and how they mount out. And I read about the books. If you went for the non-scale head couplers, they have more material to keep the couplers engaged because they bounce and they jump out.
Excuse me. Yes. Well, happy birthday there, Floyd.
Yeah.
The other day younger. Hit that light, grab it across the die.
But the Park Manor car, I never changed that coupler. I just put it on and ran it. Man, it ran fine.
I think the Park Manor car has KDs on it, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, they all have KDs, but the problem is that if they're not long enough or the head's too small, the 158, 156, they are a scale head coupler.
Oh, I got that from George.
The 148s and the 146s, they're not scale head. They're thicker.
Oh, speaking
and
of
they allow for better coupling. So I want to switch them out to them. But I just want to buy the couplers. I don't want to buy the kits because you buy them in a kit, they come with all kinds of extra stuff I don't need. So I'm going to try and see if I can order a pack of 25 of those. And go from there.
Speaking of that other car you wanted.
What's that?
The other Via car you wanted.
Yeah, I'm interested in that other one.
That one?
Yeah, a dome. Is that a dome?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
It's my last one of the dome.
We'll be talking. We got to discuss the price yet.
That's the last one of the dome.
Yeah, I know. I had one. I sold it. Sold it to Dave Hughes. But I have the dome, the American Spirit dome.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought I had the Via to the mix.
Right.
Because I'm calling my passenger train the Transition Canadian.
Yeah.
Because it eventually evolved into the Via, so I figured I can add some Via chrome cars to the mix. Because I have on order from Rapido the 20th anniversary coach.
Okay.
And it's got Rapido across the side. What's that?
Sidetrack 77 says you need some baggage cars. I have some of those as well. I actually got
I have one baggage car here.
Because you had that park car on the CP cars.
The CP had made one, yes.
Because
Saw
you're in
that.
violation yesterday.
What's that?
You're in violation yesterday running the VIA with the Canadian.
Who said that?
I just said that.
I didn't have a Canadian on it.
Well, what's the older style cars you got?
I had the
Those VF?
54 scheme and the VIA.
Oh,
But if you go to the museum in Toronto, the
yeah.
Canadian, it's all CP rail.
Ah.
Ah,
Are you going to the Ancaster show on Sunday, Floyd?
I am. But
You
they
in?
had a model of the Canadian train at the museum in Toronto, and it was all CP cars. So we won't go into prototypical because it's there. So
Yeah.
CP had a park man car too.
You got to run the VIA with the VIA and the Canadian National with the Canadian National.
No, not my book.
I seen your video of like he's got the park car at the end of that contest.
I did. The guy called it a transition train.
Yeah,
So there you go.
there you go.
The 54 scheme train and the CP train merged to become the VIA.
I got an idea from Vic's layout. Oh yes, I remember the Vic's layout.
I
I
don't know
took
that,
lots of video of that layout.
but
That was very.
I'm going there for you.
So you're going to a train show on a Sunday because usually you don't go to train shows on
I
Sundays.
know. I made special arrangements to do
Got
that
a boy. Got a boy.
because one thing is my last package of 3D printed parts got lost by Canada Post, so
Oh
I
yeah.
don't trust Canada Post to mail it again,
Oh, so your parts are coming to the trade show.
and I'm picking them up.
Got a
Yes.
boy. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like when you said you got your package Friday, and I'm like, well, geez, I usually get it pretty quick, and then it wasn't in. I'm like, okay, well, it'd be a Monday then.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I understand. We've had packages go to Ottawa and
Oh, I
delayed,
know.
go missing.
Right now, I just don't trust it. Right now, I need it because I wanted to have my retaining wall finished for the layout tour.
Oh
I
yes.
couldn't finish it because
Take care, hot dog, tuna can, pilot,
Mr.
tuna
Andy's
dog.
gonna go have nappy time.
Yeah, she's 8 bells here. That's 1 o'clock, midnight.
But I watched the channel today. It was 4 years ago, and he bought a bunch of Via cars, and he was mixing, matching with the blue Via, the wet and new CN, and New
Yeah.
York Central on the same train.
Oh wow.
I have New York Central passenger cars too, and
So
I have Via
and then the other explanation. Yeah, let
in
me go to
Walker complete.
I'll raise this camera up
Yeah.
and then lower that down. So you can see I gapped it in behind here.
Yeah.
So I can still get at my switches for the tortoises and my lights. But I'm gonna do like a scenery down to it, like an edge, and then styrofoam rocks and stuff. That all takes time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it takes time.
18-inch backdrop. Now, if I would have been home on time tonight, I'm gonna put strapping on the back. And like I said, I got to move all that pictures and stuff, so I can strap all that. And then, of course, you use your brackets.
I
And
might try if I can get the camera set up one day. I might try painting trees.
Well, there you go. Don't forget, if you do that because you got the wrench, make sure you go to one of their videos and comment on it, or you know what happens to the sub. You lose the sub.
Well, I like Ray R. He's got a mixture of everything. I good. I'm
Yeah.
not prototypical.
Yeah,
I'm very
Rare
honest.
got a nice layout.
But I decided to do what I call the transition train because based on the history of the Via train, it was the 54 scheme train and the CP passenger trains eventually merged to become Via. But I'm surprised that the train museum, the Canadian was all CP rail and all chrome butt cars too.
Yeah.
And it was pulled by uh, an A, B, and A CP script locomotives too.
You want to say
It's
hi?
all CP rail. So
Somebody wants to say hi quick.
Sadie?
Yep. Come here. There you go.
I'm not prototypical, that's for sure. I never will be. Hey, Sadie.
You happy now?
I learned in life to make things simple.
Keep it simple. That's
right.
a good method. Keep it
Don't
simple.
make it complicated.
Oop, wrong camera.
No.
Yeah, just going back to that, like I say, if you you do sub on it,
Hey, Mr. Chris.
and make sure you comment because
Welcome, Chris.
CP Creek, Whiskey Creek. Chris, how you doing? And what did he say? Yes, that's true. Yeah. Oh, you're close to 500. Nice, Thomas.
Close to 500 what? I didn't see that.
James, you're definitely not prototypical, but you are unique. Yeah. Yeah, he's unique. And Floyd said earlier, your building looks like Taco Bell.
But my building?
Yeah, the kit you got going there for Sparky.
Yeah, that's for that is the Union Crane and Shovel building. I think I know what Sparky's gonna use it for, but I won't say anything because it's his layout. But he's got a spot planned for it. I'll have it done in a week.
Hit that thumbs up. It's free. It don't cost a dime.
Doesn't cost a dime. It's right.
Yep. So yeah, that's kind of what I plan on tonight. I got that track started.
Yeah.
And I think I could do that now.
What's that?
Well, lay this track here. Hang on. Yeah. Like I had to wait for the bridge and buttons to dry.
Mm-hmm.
Which they seem to be dry. That's that well bond. I watched Denny's video doing the rock molds. I used caulking before for the styrofoam.
Yeah.
And then after watching Denny's video on the rock cutting he was doing, and he used the well bond, which I don't see it. Must be in the other room. I'm like, yeah.
I have it. Yeah, well bonds. I used well bond. Used to use that for the cork.
Yeah.
But
Are we level?
I used regular good too. But a friend of mine told me, if you want to use cork to help, if you ever want to make changes to your layout, he uses a white glue, but he mixes with water to make it thinner.
Yeah.
So it's not as strong a bond that way. But but the problem with well bond glue, it gets caught. It solidifies in the nozzle. So you got to take the nozzle off and soak it in hot water and clean it out every so often.
Yes, I had to do that.
That's the only advantage that I find with well bond is the nozzle itself. But I do have a spare, and I switch them out. So you get an empty glue bottle. Don't throw the nozzle away. Keep it. I just switch them around.
That's a beauty curve there, Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my curve there is 38.
That's your maximum curve?
No, that's what I got going into this corner here is the 38-inch curve.
Mr. Russ, welcome.
Awesome possum. Or Rush. You say Russ? Oh, Rush.
Russ. Yes, Russ.
Yeah, Rush.
R-U-S-S, Russ.
How's it going? Rocking over railroad.
Move this over here.
Yeah, so it was just kind of plugging away, and like I said, I wasn't going to. I didn't want to really get too crazy here because I still got to do senior, but I think I can get in here and finish that off. Shouldn't be hard. So they say.
Yeah, that's right. That's what a friend of mine does for his cork, is that if you use a 50-50 mixture, it's not a solid bond and it'll come off easier. Because if I gotta take cork up, I take my multi-tool and I carve it up so you can't save it. You can't save it. That's the only problem. With cork being as a shortage of cork worldwide, so but Walters is bringing out their own line of roadbed in the fall.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to look, but it is coming out. It's an alternative to cork.
Easy on it.
No, I don't. I have New York Central passenger trains. The only reason I have New York Central trains lay on my layout because during the 50s, when THB was running passenger cars, New York Central came into the roundhouse in the west end of the city.
Well, it ran. THB and New York Central ran in Ontario.
I know, but it came into the roundhouse in Hamilton.
Back in the day.
Back in the 50s. I have a picture of it. I have a painting of it called The Roundhouse in Winter. And it was the E8, and I have an E8.
Well, did I ever get lucky there?
Yeah, there's always a story of something, Russ.
So there you go.
But not the reason I put, because THAB was owned by New York Central and CP Rail. They were part owners of the railroad.
Right.
And eventually New York Central sold their interest back to CP, and the rest is history. In fact, one of the tenders from the Hudson, the 501, I believe is in Steamtown in the U.S.
Nice.
Still on the, it's not on the, it's on a track, but not runnable, but it's there. They can, but it's there.
Hopefully you're not getting inside my head.
Not your beak.
Speaking of beaks.
Beaks.
I sure wish Sterling Hat Society would get back in action. I got to get a hold of them because been looking for new hats and haven't seen any. I don't know what's going on there.
It's out already. They have it here. Okay, it's not up here in Canada yet.
What's that?
I've not seen it. The new rope beds from Walter.
Oh yeah. Well, see, and that's why I like. Well, up at the club we use the Rapido.
Yes.
Track form.
I got a full box of cork, and I guess I have 1/3 of box of cork still here. So I don't need any rope bed. If I don't make any changes to the layout, I'm okay.
Yeah, if I have some left, I'll give some to Chris because I know I'm not sure what he needs. I'll have to get a hold.
Cork, but how much I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how much left he's got to do. Probably second level he still has to do.
Oh yeah, he needs that. But, I don't need a lot of quotes for the peninsula. And my idea of doing a loop on the peninsula, I think, is not going to happen. Too much. I don't need it. So I'm not going to do it. Well, they used to use that for making splines for doing your roadbed. Yeah, I've seen that, but it's I think it's special order
Yeah.
for Homo. So it was common for installation for doing roofs up here.
I can't glue my track to that, but we can get one here.
Okay, Grandpa Rails, have a good night. Thanks for popping in.
Okay, JD, appreciate it, buddy.
Because it's
Keep popping up those videos.
It's only 5 o'clock right down, I guess, in Southern California.
Yeah. Speaking of California, no, JD's in Texas.
Well, it's the same part of the world.
Be in California. What'd you say? Part of California.
Yeah.
That's a long way from California, Texas.
Yeah, I don't need to be corrected that
bad. I haven't seen or heard from Derail Darrell in a long time.
He took a break. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah. But yeah, I can see the elevated curve there.
Rick Bailey has been in a few chats in the last couple of weeks. I noticed that. He's coming back slowly. And Nissy J was in the chat yesterday.
Well, sometimes you need a break.
Yeah.
Right? Life gets busy and stuff. And,
oh, yeah. Life gets get busy.
You know? Grab another box. Some more track here. Gotta grab another piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right, Rush. Life gets in the way.
Oh, yeah.
Busy at work, family. You know, can't always be about trains, but you gotta do it in moderation.
Yep. That's right. Family. Well, my neighbor is a railroad guy. They moved him to, I guess, like a hospice for now.
You say the hospice?
They moved him to a hospice.
Yeah, that's not good.
Well, he's 93. He's been modeling for 70 years. He suffered a stroke last weekend or 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah. But you go there, it's not usually good.
Yeah.
More track?
Well, actually, I'm taking a bunch of my excess rolling stock. It's going to the sale on the weekend. My friend's going to sell it. I don't need it. I'm just getting rid of I just want to have what I can run the layout. Don't want to have too much more. And buying a few oddball things here and there if I see it, but not very much.
Rick Railroad, how's it going?
Yeah, it gets expensive.
What? This stuff? Yeah.
No, just life in general.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
But I try to keep it trained, so don't get me going off on a rant. That we saved that for Thursday night, Jim Tedesco.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't miss work. I'm always busy, but the only problem is the income is not the same. But I learned to adjust to that.
Which way do you want your flex? You want it that way. Excuse me.
But we hope to be mortgage free in another year. year and a half. Yeah, I know, Floyd. I worked in the service field. 45 years.
I keep the gas going for it.
There was a time that we used to fix motors for heating and air conditioning that today this all thrown away. But back then we fixed everything.
See, I don't throw out any ties.
We didn't throw anything. We fixed them all, we wound them all.
Don't throw out your ties.
No, not anymore, back then. Yeah, I have the on demand. When we bought the house, when we bought this house I guess 2.5 years now, we replaced the furnace, the air conditioner, and the hot water tank all at one time because we wanted to have a worry-free living.
See, I got to cut the track a bit.
It helped me by putting on demand hot water tank and to help me gain space for the trains too. And I moved the water line too for trains.
And I got to get some cork sheets. That was my things to do tonight. Get cork sheets.
Where do you get them from?
Well, you get them at Michael's or
because the dollar store sells the 12 by 12 sheets.
Yeah, just for the switch over there in that corner.
You can use the method like Chris did.
What's that?
The way he did his cork around switches. That's a pretty neat way.
Yeah. Same way, same idea.
But I bought a couple packs of cork from the dollar store. I use them for underneath buildings instead of plywood.
Yeah.
What's that? I know it's a on-demand tankless water here, Anthony. The brand is right here. Nevin, N-A-V.
My train just went up 11%.
Nevin is the brand.
Oh wow, 11%. That's enough too, isn't it, Rick?
What's that?
It says his trains went up 11%, and another maker was 7%. Yeah, well, Apple just announced that last week on Facebook, and all their prices are going up 20%. So, yeah, the hobby's not getting cheaper for sure.
Oh no, it's all going up. It's all going to change. It's just we won't go into that because it bothers me too much. I don't want to deal with that.
Is that for your repairing the barn there, Timmy?
Yeah, he started a GoFundMe page down in the States to try and raise some money to help cover the costs. I think he had an estimate about, I don't know the exact dollar amount, but it's a good chunk of change.
Well, it wouldn't be cheap for sure. Just finished my last order. Oh, yeah.
Pre-tariff. Yeah, I won't go into that.
I'm not sure what is going to happen on that. Only 2 days. Tomorrow's no April Fool's. It's April 1st tomorrow.
There it is, 35,000.
Oh,
is
geez.
An estimate he got to rebuild the barn.
That ain't cheap. I know. I hear you.
Oh,
that's in the backyard when 2 years ago or a year ago. Neighbor's trampoline went through it.
He's trying to raise money to help cover the cost of rebuilding his barn.
Yeah.
Hey, O&R fan Drew, welcome.
How's it going, Drew? So yeah, like the fence, when I got that estimated, it was like 15. So I was like, woo.
Yeah, I know.
I fixed it for now, but yeah, that's another summertime job I gotta do. Do it cheaper yourself. I think with all the lumber and posts in the ground and stuff, we're probably looking about 3 to 5.
Well,
So,
wood price, like pressure treated lumber, has gone up.
oh,
It's just tripled in price.
that wood you see on the layout, that's 3/4 inch, and it's the furniture grade. That's $100 a sheet.
Well,
$98.
all the plywood for my layout that I built cost me about $800.
Yeah,
And I bought all paint grade cabinet grade plywood. I didn't buy finish grade. I bought paint grade.
yeah, that's up.
That sure does.
But yeah, nobody said you got to have the layout done overnight.
No. No, it's not. I do when I feel like doing it. And I have fun doing it when I'm ready.
Yeah.
My biggest challenge is trying to figure out how to get these couplers the way I want them.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the helix is going to cost me. It's going to probably cost me a few bucks because it's all wood laser cut.
As the end of April 1st, I'll add some money to myself. So, Tim, big question to you. The GoFundMe page, the GoFundMe account you set up, can anybody donate to that or strictly set up for US only?
That is a good question.
Because I know we can't e-transfer money down to the States.
Now you'll get flagged.
The only way to get money to the US is through an international money order to
Money
the post office. Yeah, I do. My problem is, Rick, is that my vision in dark spots is not good. I need to set up so I can see it. That's my only problem. I need to be able to see it clearly. I don't have perfect vision no more.
Yeah, Stu, if you missed that, his barn collapsed. Portion of the barn collapsed.
Yes.
That's why he's trying to raise money.
So Tim, who's going to clean up the all your wood and trying to recycle what you can? Are you doing that yourself, or you got some help to help clear the site?
Don't forget.
Don't forget what?
Yeah. Just trying to think of another method.
For what?
Well, probably PayPal would work, or.
Well, yeah, you can't do PayPal because you have to do an invoice for the donations.
Oh.
The only way, if a credit card was set up and you can use your credit card and it would automatically get transferred over.
Oh.
But to send an e-transfer, no, that won't work at all.
You go to Western Union or something.
Yeah, and you would have to do international money order. Or Canada Post does it too. They do that way too.
Yeah.
But as far as my only issue with me is I look at a car, I need to have this car about a higher level so I can get a good straight on sight line of it so I can fix it. Because and that's all I'm gonna do is this matter running the train around the track and I see a coupler pops out, I'll take it off where it is, go fix it, put it back in where I took it out. And slowly I'll get it all tweaked. But the couplers need to be adjusted, definitely.
Piece by piece.
You watch the 4th minute, I gotta do a pit stop.
You gotta do what? Oh, you gotta go. Okay, yeah, we got you. I thought he just said that live. I know what he means. Let's get back to the chat. Floyd's on him. 32 of 28. It's free. Don't be shy. Hit that button. Don't cost a dime. This can be finicky. Well, that's what. Everybody's still saying hi to each other? Yeah, that's better. It's like, why isn't that working? Just the way I had it. So, when I get into here, have to make sure I got her nailed down just perfect.
I'm back.
He's back. That was quick.
Yep.
That was quick.
I didn't see a problem with it, Bob. Don't worry about it.
Chris, how you doing anyways? CP Whiskey Creek. Did you see Denny's Trash Gone review?
Yep.
And scale?
I want the green one for the Myco train. I said that. And I can put all my riffraff and all my YouTuber friends into the trash can.
And Andrew put out a video on how to fix the couplers.
So Tim needs to rent a boom so he can help tear apart the roof system.
Oh, like a crane?
You know, a genie boom, a genie lift.
Oh. Can't help you there on the genie.
That's what I'm thinking, a genie boom.
Maybe on the crane part.
Switch list generator or your wish list generator.
Usually I solder these first.
Solder what?
Joiners. When I start going into a band.
I usually solder the curves only. I do not solder any straights.
No, I'm not in the straight. Oh, I solder all my joints, but
I don't. I put a feeder in every. I put a feeder to every joiner, and away I go. But I don't solder I do not solder turnouts, and I don't solder straight runs.
28. 24. 30. 38. Now we're getting closer. 32.
32.
36. And 38. How many 38s did I call out there? 32. 30. 38. 42.
Now, in our area, to operate a boom lift, you need to be licensed to operate.
Excuse me.
Or trained to operate it.
Whoa. Don't pull the track apart. See, I'm thinking I'm going to have to cut it back here and add a piece in.
Well, 2017 was before the pandemic.
Right, do it.
Well, here's a perfect example. In 2012, we were paying about $30 for a spool of 14-2 household wire. The same amount of wire today is almost $200.
Yeah. I'm gonna cut that track back here. I don't like putting joiners in the curve.
I don't. What's that? What about joints in the curve?
Just doing like putting the track together in the curve.
Well, the best way is to solder the joiners first,
Yeah,
then curve it.
that's what I got to do.
And you gotta slice the rail heads so the joiner can slide with the track.
You got it. So that's what I got to
And
do. So I'm at a little bit of a standstill there because I got to
yeah, and you
get
need
the
to
soldering done and all that.
put the sliding track on the right one direction, wherever's best fitted.
Yeah, yeah. You got it. You got it. So I got quite a bit there going.
Yeah, no, you did good.
Yeah.
So when you
And
get
like
your
I say,
Helix sections in place, well, how long? A couple weeks?
yeah, a couple weeks. So once I get this part done up to there,
Yeah.
I'll stop production. Well, I got lots to do. I got wiring feeders I got to run yet.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll go back to the boss's office and do the drop down
Okay.
in that one corner and get that done. That's my list.
Well, I just bought 100 foot of 22 gauge wire. Cost me $15. So I don't know where you're buying that wire from.
You don't need wire. You need wire, come and see me.
No. That's what you said about the price of wire.
Oh, yeah.
I just bought a spool of 22 gauge for my feeders. It was $15. So
Yeah, what is that cable I got in there? I
Cat
got a
5.
reel of cable. My dad got it for me for my birthday last year, I think.
Is it blue?
No, it's solid wire, but it's in a reel. And then I got Cat 5 and Cat 6 cable.
Yeah, I bought. I have 1,000 feet of bell wire out in the garage.
Mm.
It's 6 pairs, but the wire is too dirty inside. I need to clean it too much to solder it.
Yeah.
So I don't use it.
I got satellite cable if you need satellite.
No, I don't need it. You mean Cat RG56 or RG6 cable?
RG6, yep.
Yeah, I don't need any of that.
US. Huh?
But no, I bought 4 spools of 22 gauge solid from
Oh,
Sale Electronics in Burlington the other day, and it was $15 a spool for 22.
yeah. It's not cheap, is it?
I'm using 22 for feeders because it gives me more flexibility on the track length than using 20 gauge.
Yeah, 100% there, Bob. That just a little bit at a time. That's all.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
said,
right.
4x8 sheet of 3/4 was. I think I paid $98.
But you bought finished grade. You didn't buy paint grade.
Yeah, I bought finished grade.
So you didn't, I would use paint grade.
And then, well, I can paint this stuff.
It's 100 feet.
Yeah, on both ends.
100 feet. 22 gauge from Sale Electronics. They have a store in Burlington, but it's more than one store in Ontario.
And then, what's the next size down? Half?
Okay, Todd. You have a good night. We'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah, 4 a.m. does come early, buddy. Woo, 4:30.
Yeah. So speaking
That's
of the April the 3rd, I'm heading to Ottawa, so I gotta be up at 5:15.
Oh, that's my time. 5:15.
Well, I'll be on the road 5:15. I'll chat with you.
Yeah, I'm up
We're
at that
heading,
time.
we're doing your turn and burn routine on the 3rd.
Oh, geez, that's a long day.
Yes.
I'm using Rick's trains. What do you say? Using 18 for the tortoises and the yeah. That's okay, Rick. I use 14 gauge. And
But
what's my
yeah,
feeder?
18 is a little on the big side for soldering to your rails.
Yeah, I think what is my feeders? I can't remember. Is it 14?
No way it's 14. That's house wire.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Well, Cat 5 is 22.
Yeah. Okay, so it's the bigger number. So my bus wires are 14 gauge, I believe.
Your bus, yes, my bus wire is 14.
And then I think my feeders are 22.
Yes. If you're using Cat 5, I can't see you using 14 for feeders because that's bigger than the rail.
Yeah. Yeah, not my feeders. So
No.
14 is my bus and 18, I think. 18 or 20 is my feeders.
The reason I was using 20 for my feeders, but it wasn't giving me enough flexibility to move the track. And I wanted to tweak it a bit. So I went
Yeah.
to 20. I switched to 22.
Yeah, smaller the higher the number, yeah. 12 gauge.
12 gauge is 20 amp cable.
Yeah, that's heavy dudes.
That's 20 amps.
Is Robin hitting hay? Was that what he was doing?
I think so. I didn't.
Oh, good
Yeah,
night. Yeah.
he's going to bed.
Yeah. Good night. Okay, Robin. Thanks for coming out, buddy.
I
I'm gonna keep plugging away after this live.
But I think GRE is he's the old gauge track though, so that's the difference too.
Yeah.
So it's bigger rail.
Bigger rail.
But what I'm doing when I started changing over, I started to solder the feeders to the joiners, and then I put the joiners on, pull the wire into the air, get the track laid where I want it, and then I drill a bigger hole and just pull it down and hook them up.
Anthony's got a big storm coming his way.
Yeah, there's a lot of big storms coming in.
Tornado and stuff. Well, speaking of weather, I think it's not tomorrow. Wednesday, they're calling for like 50 millimeters of rain, which put that into my language is 3 inches of rain.
Yeah,
that's a lot of rain.
Oh yeah, yeah. GRE, he's old gauge, so a whole different ball of wax.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Not the same.
Head to the basement, Anthony, and run them trains.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's why I said that. That's why I'm not going to bother getting snow tires no more. Because if it's got 2 foot of snow, I'm just heading to the train room.
Yeah.
See you next spring. I'm hibernating.
Or unless you got a Generac.
Yeah, so that's different too.
You got Generac.
You need a whole different ball of wax. You got bigger track. But for HO track, I find 22 gauge is a little bit better with solder for me. And when I just started changing over, I started putting the feeders to the joiner, and I hook the joiners up. And I'll put a feeder at every joint. Every joint.
There, that's good.
So.
Yeah, 50 mils.
I made some adjustments going through it.
50 mils, about 2 inches. So we're supposed to get anywhere from 50 to 75 mil on Wednesday. That's a lot of rain.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be flooded where you're at. You're in the valley.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, as long as the city keeps the culverts clean of debris, there won't be a problem. We've only had flooding in our area twice in the past 20 years. The first time because of the ice jams in the creek.
Yep.
And the second time, because the city failed to clean the culverts.
That happens.
So it's all caused by poor maintenance, not by act of God, you want to call it natural thing. It was caused by poor maintenance.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Yeah, Bob. That is a picture from out west. Cloudy sky.
And I hope to start, I'm going to start experimenting with painting trees soon.
I'm going to, so I got my hard drive is up at the club. So we're picking up backdrops for the club. But I'm going to bring that home. I'm going to go up there Sunday. Whether I'm by myself or not, go up there and do wheel sets, but also grab the hard drive so I could go through the backdrops and see which ones I want to take to Staples.
You're
And
not going to paint your own?
Try and print a couple off. I like the scenery backdrops. But that's just my preference.
You're not adventurous.
I'm adventurous. So I don't mind a little bit of Bob Ross, a little dab here and there, but
yeah. I'm going to try the trees.
Yeah.
I have a sample board that I painted with the background color. Now I use that to test it out.
Nice.
I want to try some stenciling. I got some stencils.
It floods here almost every winter in a small scale. Okay.
But I'll put some ducks around the layout for Bob.
No, you don't, Bob. So I don't know if you watch Rainer's channel, but that's the same aspect. Take a picture from your camera or your phone. Take it to Staples. Staples will print off that image, whatever size you want, and print her off.
Yeah, I understand the funds there, Rick. I gotta be careful too.
Yeah.
So is Mike.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what they would charge.
I don't think it's that bad from Staples.
I don't think it is either.
No, I don't think so. I have the software that I can go out and generate my pictures if I want. I have the software to do it.
Yeah, you go to Trackside Scenery or Backdrop Junkies or Scenic King. I wish that guy was open on Sunday at that train show because I would have got some.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty reasonable. I think $40 and $30 a roll. 20. What were they? 18.
Yeah.
18 by 6 feet or whatever, or 8 feet. So it wasn't bad. You just got to look around, right?
Yeah.
Funds are always low. Funds are definitely low.
Yeah.
Got to get my income tax done.
I live on a pension, so it's always low.
Yeah, things are good.
Yeah, that's where real are. See, I really want to. I've seen many videos on this idea, and it looks like fun to try, and I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
But it just takes practice. Okay, Thomas got some backdrops from there. But
backdrop. Oh, my glasses on.
Backdrops.
Only? Backdropsonly.com.
Only.com.
Definitely one to check out. There's all kinds of them. Just what are you into? You into forest, trees, mountains? And like I say, Rainer's got the right idea. If you go on a trip and you see the Smoky Mountains through the Carolinas, or you're out west in Banff or places like that, don't be shy. Take pictures. Take it to your local print shop and see what they charge you for that.
Yeah. I don't think it's that bad. Rainer went to Michael's. I think they had his done.
Yeah. You can order them on eBay. I've seen them go, from $30 on eBay up to $40 or something.
Now, for me to take my own steel mill scene, I need a boat. I have a boat.
Backdrops only was the only place I found I had a yard seat. Okay, yeah. That's what I mean. They all have different, and some of
Yeah.
them don't have the ones that you actually want.
Hmm.
So you have to really look around.
Right.
Yeah, definitely lots of work to do yet on the old South End Railroad, but we're getting there.
Uh,
And I enjoy doing all this aspects of model
yeah.
railroad, bench work, woodworking, electrical, laying track, soldering. You know, it's all a downtime and forget about all the troubles and just relax, right?
Yeah.
Don't
That's
make
right.
it stressful. It's not stressful. Enjoy the hobby.
Oh yeah, that's why I enjoy it.
And track plans are in my head.
Mine wasn't. I got roadblocked with layout because of the space I had,
Yeah.
and my brain was I couldn't do it. I just got frustrated, so I reached out and Jason, the train freak, helped me with mine.
Don't forget this Wednesday. I just thought of it that tomorrow is the 1st of April. And that's no joke. April Fools. So that means
Oh, my
I'm
good
live
friend of
Wednesday.
mine, he's retiring April 1st.
Yeah. I'll be live Wednesday, Cab Crew Wednesday. I'll be back down here working on the railroad. And I
Right.
agree, Rick.
If you want me to, if I get back in time, you send me a link in an email, and if you want me to join you, but don't, you
Yeah.
got to email it to me this time because I can't open it up. Just too, cause my computer doesn't like it that way. It gets too complicated. It
Right.
crashes.
Yeah,
So
like it's like rail fan and like people are like, what do you get out of going to look at a train and video it? It's peace, it's quiet. I don't think about anything but just trains and relax.
that's right.
Right? It's
Other
it's about
around.
relaxing and it's not stressful. And a lot of times you'll meet people at the tracks that are rail fanners
Oh yeah.
and just enjoy it.
Oh, I haven't. That's one thing I never done was night shift.
Why are you always stressed out, Curly? Is that what you said? Why am I always stressed out while working on my layout? I'm not sure, Curly. What do you need a hand with? And Rush likes wiring, electronics, and scenery the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I love scenery. Love doing scenery work.
I like building kits. And I like laying track. I am fine doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not the best on like doing couplers that kind of stuff because I can't see it as good as I like with the handicap because I can't see in dark spaces.
Ooh, sorry,
But
not the camera.
I'm getting better at it. But it just takes time,
Yeah, it just takes time, practice.
you know.
Right? It's the small things, the little steps at a time. I'm actually talking to you and cleaning up these ties to slide under where the
Yeah.
joints are. Where's my blade? You see my blade?
I want to know what Dwight needs help with his layout though.
I don't know. That's why I asked him.
Yeah.
What's stressful? Don't make it stressful.
His layout's not that big.
And he does an awesome job on the 3D printing stuff.
Yeah.
The tanks, holy frick! I seen tanks at Sparky's place. He's got 3D printed tanks, and wow, did they ever turn out?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool doing an army train.
Oh, the tanks, yes.
Yeah, if you could print out 3D tanks like that, wow. See, I'm not into that 3D print stuff. To me, that's all time that.
I do have a magnifying glass, Thomas, but the problem is if I can't direct it, it's my vision. I can't help in dark spaces now and older. It's just difficult. I need to be able to see it straight on. I do have a mag right behind me right here.
Yeah, 100%. It's a hobby.
Magnifying ain't going to help when trying to get an exact spot to view it on in front of you. It just takes time to work on. That's all it does. I take my time on.
Those tanks came from Cameron Caboose, 121. Oh, 121 did those tanks? Wow. Well, Curly did a tank the other day. It looked like the same thing.
I have this guy here.
Okay.
Ryobi. But it's awkward to put in spots around places.
Well, that's why I got
a clamp on it, but it doesn't fit my bench here. And but I need to have it elevated. I'm standing at 6 foot, and my bench work is 42 inches. So I'm looking down at it.
Well, that's why I got those magnifying glasses from Amazon.
Yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to build a little workstation that's elevated so I can put the trains up higher so I can see it. And I want to be able to have enough space to put 3 cars. Then I can look at it. I need to have them running the layout to try and see where see what they bounce. And somehow they bounce out. So I don't know what to do. But you know, people are too far away to come here.
Yeah, all that driving I did Saturday.
Yeah.
And it was probably only 2 hours up show, maybe 3. Whoa.
I only have one hobby now, and that is trains. I am a woodworker, and I do have one more project to do. I'm going to be building a cross for the school. But that's I'm waiting for the weather to warm up so I can get access to do that.
So this Thursday is Danny's channel.
Yes.
And Scale Dystopia.
Yep.
And then Cab Crew Wednesday. Who's Sidetrack Tuesday tomorrow?
What's that, Mikey?
Who's doing Sidetrack Tuesday tomorrow?
Tomorrow. It might be they've added a new person. Maybe Steve Childers.
Oh. Was it Steve a week or so ago?
Yeah. So I got these here. These are I'm going to try these couplers here out, but I gotta get some more. These require the copper inserts for number 5s.
Number 5s.
Well, number 5 couplers have a little for the whisker coupler.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking switches there for a minute.
See, let me turn the camera. I'll show you these here. Hang on a minute. I got these.
We're hanging on.
I won't tell you where I got them either. Here's my hand. And do this. So, can you see that coupler?
Yeah.
So this is a long shank coupler that Repeato uses in their cars.
Right.
This is a factory coupler. It's a lot bigger than the normal coupler. I'm not going to focus. I'm going to try those out, but I need the copper pieces for the centering,
right?
Because they don't have whiskers on this. So I'm going to try these. These are thicker. These are really thick. They're heavier. They're not standard couplers.
Right.
So it'll give me more meat to get them.
You can't eat your pudding if you don't eat your meat.
What's that?
You can't eat your pudding if you don't eat your meat.
If you look at
that was Take for it. Okay, I got that tied up.
See, this magnifying glass is not very good in this area because it falls over because the center weight's out.
Right.
To try and hold it up and like that.
Yeah. Try to space the ties.
These are a little bit thicker couplers.
One more time. Oh, I guess you better turn the camera and see what I'm doing.
Okay.
So just, how when you cut your track and put the ties back in, right? Cut the nubbins off and clean them up. Okay, take care, Randall. Thanks for coming up.
Yeah, but we'll play around with it.
Just give them a little nubbins off. Take another a good old blade. Cut the railroad spikes off the tie. You're nice and smooth.
Okay, Anthony, Georgia Sunbelt.
Okay, Anthony, stay safe and have a great night.
We're gonna call it quit soon. Yeah, I gotta go up and spend time with the CEO.
Yeah, I hear you there. I got lots to do down here, so I get distracted pretty easy and lose track of time.
I know. When you work a full day, your time is premium.
Yeah.
See, I don't have that worries. I don't have the extra money, but I have the time.
Eyes are all there.
My wife goes to. They started. They created a group of singers, and they're going to a senior center in Oakville, and they go there once a month.
Yeah.
For the seniors, and they love it. They want more. My wife is a soloist, but they do this. They volunteer their time for these senior citizens at this nursing home in Oakville. I think a pin nailer is too small of a head. Cause I had a pin nailer. I sold it to my brother-in-law. They're too tiny.
Not bad.
But I have.
Have to work on that. Oh yeah, I guess we're going over 2 hours. Oof. How's the time fly so fast like that?
But I have this guy here, Mikey. Show you. Other camera. Can you see that?
Yeah, I got one of those. It's in my toolbox over there.
This is 4 ounces. This is snap-on.
Yep.
I've had this for 50 years.
50 years.
I used to wind armatures for this for International Harvester.
50 years strong.
Yep. And we used to use we used to make a tool to drive in the wire into the slot, the commutator from a valve spring.
Okay.
Because they're hard. Yeah, they would shoot through, but they're not gonna. I think the problem I find with nailing in cork is the cork doesn't allow the nail to go straight. It allows the nail to shift off a bit.
Well, I usually drill it with the Dremel.
Well, I drill the track, but I started changing my method a bit to drill the cork too.
Well, what you should do, and I didn't do this live, but what I normally do
What's that?
is take my Dremel.
Yeah.
With a number 6 Walther's drill bit.
Right.
And I'll drill because that fits in the already pre-built drilled pieces in the track.
Right.
And then I'll drill it into the wood and the cork, and there you go. And then it's just then I don't have to use the hammer at all. I can use the punch and just slides it in.
Right. And I have I don't use the I have another tool for that though.
Yeah.
I have a smaller
time was lacking tonight because somebody had to work late. But we're getting there, folks, and we appreciate everybody coming out. We appreciate all the new and continued supporters.
I have this tool here, Mike.
What tool you got?
This is a small. This is a 7-volt Makita drill.
Yeah. So you got the Walther's drill bit in there?
No, not right here. I changed that. This is a bigger one for wire.
Yeah, you can put.
I do have the same thing that Chris uses.
Yeah, it's the number 6s. Well, 0.6s or whatever they're called.
I measured the nail whatever size it is. I can't remember the number.
Yeah, I think it's 0.06 or something. It's a small drill bit. It's in my Dremel over there.
Yeah, well, I use this guy here.
Yep, it'll work. Just drill it. Boom.
It's only major lane track.
Excuse me.
For what? I use that size drill there. The one that's in it, that's for the feeder wires.
Yeah.
You see, that's just my feeder wires.
Yep.
So I use that. I think one time I was in Home Depot a few years back. They had them on clearance, and I bought it.
Oh.
But I didn't buy it for trains. I bought something else. But it came a train tool. But nice. Yeah.
Okay, good night there, ONR fan, Drew. How's it going? And have a good night. Thanks for coming out. And we're going to end the stream here anyways because we've been giving her, and I got about 3 hours of work left to do down here.
You got to work tomorrow morning.
Yeah. If I get out of here, okay, well, not quite 3 hours. Because are we after 9? Yeah. Oh, we're after 9. So 2 hours anyways.
Yeah.
So appreciate you guys all coming out, and stay safe out there, and hopefully the weather holds off for you. And we'll see you on the next show Wednesday, and then Thursday night, and anytime in any other live chats, we'll shoot the breeze, and see you next week on James's channel.
Yes.
Till then.
See what show we get into.
Yeah. Take care, folks, and I'm going to leave you off on this note. See you, Fred. Till the next one. Keep it on the tracks.